Hi, this is Denise Mathew, and I just want to pop in really quick today. I didn't get an opportunity to talk about the Mercury retrograde transits that we're going to be having, and they're going to continue on until March 10th, so they're still relevant. Mercury retrograde started on February 17th, and it started in the gate 63, which is all about doubt and suspicion. It can also be a bit about questioning. It could be, when I think about the gate 63, I think about conspiracy theories. I think about those kind of things, because when we're talking about the transits, we're talking about what would be considered mundane or having to do with the general energy of what's happening in the world. It can work in your chart, but it really has to sort of connect with your chart, and you can feel it. Everybody can feel this energy, but sometimes some people will feel it more strongly than others. It began on February 17th, and the end is going to be March 10th. So with Mercury retrograde, the four gates that are going to be happening for until the end of March are going to be the 63, which already happened when it first started on February 17th. This will go longer than March 10th. Even after Mercury goes forward, it's going to continue, because what's happening is Mercury goes retrograde, or it goes back over all the gates, and then after it starts to go direct again, it'll go back over all the same gates. So we're talking four gates: gate 63, also the gate 37, the gate 55, and as well as the gate 30. So all of those gates will be happening sort of in this frame between now and I believe it's March 29th. So we know that the gate 63 is all about doubt and suspicion. This could be in conspiracy theories. And there is a lot of conspiracy theories happening, and they continue to happen. And a lot of it was happening with the coronavirus. There's a lot of conspiracy theories about that. I'm not going to get into them, and that was happening. Literally, the energy is just changing over to Mercury the last couple of days, and that energy has been building with the coronavirus and the conspiracy theory that's happening. Right now, it's in the gate 37, Mercury, and the gate 37 is all about peace and wanting peace, and it's a tribal energy. It's about family. So this could be an energy where people are communicating more with their family. There could be, like, if you think about Mercury retrograde, you think about something, it's all about we know that. So it could be about remembering the family, getting in touch again with the family. And there can be a lot of reminiscing, especially with the gate 37, reminiscing about the good old days, about the tribe, about family time and that kind of stuff. A lot of people could be missing their family right now. And, that's part of the whole retrograde. This is a time just to go back over what's happened so far. I mean, it's a great time to take stock of what's happened in your year. Where are you going? How are you feeling about your year? And going forward, sort of after March 10th, I mean, you can always continue to move forward. You don't have to stop moving forward. But having said that, if you have an opportunity to go over the things that maybe you want to shift, or the things that you want to improve as you go forward, this is a good time to do that. And the interesting thing about the gate 37 is there's a lot of layers to every gate. And so if we look at the most basic layer, we see that it's tribal, and we see that it's all about peace, and it's all about family kind of energy. Now, if we move a little further, there's an energy of the imbalance of yin and yang, and so maybe the feminine energy of isn't as appreciated in the world, that kind of thing. And what I think is interesting, where Mercury is retrograding, and it's sort of like reviewing those ideas of the equality of women, and we talk about the Me Too movement, and so if we think about that, today was a what they consider a watershed moment, where Harvey Weinstein was actually found guilty of rape. And this case has been going on for a long time. And so when you think about it, you could say that this is a representation of this type of energy, this equality, this energy of, it really does talk to the Me Too movement, where women are, using it to talk about their stories. And they're calling it a watershed moment for Me Too. And I think that lines up perfectly with the energy of the 37. February 28th, 2020 until March 4th, 2020, the Mercury is going to be transiting the gate 55. Gate 55 is all about surrender. So you might hear a lot of people, and I think it's pretty fun, is when you go out and you just read articles or you hear what people are saying, and maybe you follow spiritual channels, or maybe you follow astrology, or maybe you follow any kind of channels. A lot of people in the spiritual field or people in the helping field are talking about surrender, and I think it's pretty interesting because you have the sun going through surrender, goes through in about like 6 days there, give or take, and it's all about surrendering to what the plan for the universal plan for you is, whatever that is. The Mercury is going to be transiting the gate 55. So all the energy of the gate 55 that we're feeling from the sun will start to go with the communication. And again, we could get more of this energy of this concept of surrender to the universe, surrender to what is, this whole of, idea that we're being taken care of if we allow ourselves to not always have a backup plan for the universe, God, or whatever you want to term, that bigger force that drives the world or drives the energy of the world. So it's all about sort of letting things go and letting something bigger than you take the steering wheel, basically, rather than always trying to manage every little thing. And so, there could be a time where you're starting to think back about when you did allow this to happen in your life. When did you decide that you were going to let go of the steering wheel and just let, once you've done everything you can and there's really nothing else you can do, it's all about, releasing and just allowing things to be as they are, because there's really not anything else you can do. And that's what the energy of the 55 is all about. So again, we talked about the 55, and then it's going to go into the gate 30. And the gate 30 is all about intensity and holding on to ideas. And so if it's talking about maybe some old ideas that you've had in the past or might resurface, things that you thought that you want to do will come up in play. And when that happens, maybe you'll decide to re-envision an idea that you've already had, something that you're holding on to. It could be a lot of intensity of people could be very intense about things. People could be like telling you about their stories. There could be a lot of chatter. I mean, we have, Mercury as well. Anything in Mercury, it's going to heighten that whole communication perspective. If we look at Mars, we see Mars is in the gate 58, and that's all about details. So, anything that we have with Mars is always going to be about something that we see, is assertively, the energy is assertively being shown, or there could be even almost like an aggression with it. But this is really, the 58 is finding the joy, or finding the excitement in finding the pattern, or the excitement in finding a perfection. So anything, this could be a time where there's actually breakthroughs in ideas of people trying to figure out formulas or science experiments, or they might actually figure things out that they've been working on for a while, that whole concept, because there's an aggressive need to discover, the pattern, or discover, why things are happening the way they are. So let's have a look and see if that happens. So that's all I want to talk about today, and just kind of touching on Mercury retrograde and all those kind of things. And it's kind of fun to actually look at the trends of what's happening in the world and sort of connect them with the transits. And you'll see that a lot of the keywords, even if you're looking at just the keywords of the actual gates, I mean, you can notice that a lot of times, if you're actually paying attention, you can see the keywords of those particular gates showing up when they're being transited. So that's about all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back again soon. And thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.